Do you experience your angelic stage? Are you becoming stable in experiencing the qualities of the angel within? When the angel is revealed, the Supreme Soul is revealed. The connection between the soul and the Supreme Soul is becoming clear to everyone. When you are stable in the stage of being beyond the daily needs, daily desires, daily push and pull, when you are able to experience your original qualities, powers, then you are showing with a finger towards the Supreme. Others will ask, who are you? How are you able to remain calm and happy in the midst of upheaval? The angelic stage can be experienced when you are detached, when you are able to be loving towards all, because you are not trapped in any limited attachment. You have made yourself free from the chains of desires. Desires are a big web that trap the mind and the intellect. And someone who is chained, they cannot fly. They cannot be an angel. What is the nature of these desires? To be able to experience the freedom of the soul, you have to reduce or remove this web of desire.
It's very interesting to know how to remove the web of desires. Because today's life demands so much, I have to deliver so much, and still have no desires. Feels a bit unfair. And where is the balance? What is the truth? What does it really mean by having no desires? And what it really means is to understand my position on this planet, to understand where I truly belong and what is my purpose, to understand where I am actually heading on to, and also to check my true awareness and attitude I have for myself. No desires means what? It's a very interesting phrase that when I am steady in my self-respect, when I am aware of my own self-worth, when I'm complete and content from within, there is no neediness. And when there is no neediness, no need, there is no desire. Now the question arises, how do I get that awareness? And the awareness is about understanding my role. When I understand that I am a guest, I have the attitude of being a guest. And if my behavior also anchors from this understanding of being a guest, then automatically what happens is this attitude of being a guest makes me great. It's strange, it's the paradox, but it's the truth. Because when I behave like a guest, I stay beyond. I don't get involved in other things. I give suggestions. I give my valuable additions, but I'm not attached to it. And when there is no attachment, there are less expectations, less disappointments.
A guest is always great through their natural way of being a great renunciate. A guest does not make any effort to renounce being attached or overthinking about the place, the people, the position they have got for a day or two. And to be able to have a natural attitude of renunciation, to feel that nothing has been renounced and I don't have to make any effort to experience complete freedom. There is no luggage to carry. There is no heaviness in the mind nor in the heart. The heart is light, no rubbish, nothing that is making me think obsessively about something in the past or worrying about the future. Zero concerns, zero worries. And that is because a guest is a renunciate even before taking anything. They have come here free, they remain free, and they are leaving from here free. So this greatness that allows the soul to become once again that angel. This greatness is associated with being a natural renunciate and being someone who is always remembering their home and someone who is able to easily help others. Three things: natural renunciate, remembering the home where you belong, and being able to help others. A guest will never forget their home. They don't have to take classes to meditate or to have yoga or to become effective in understanding where they are coming from. They just know their permanent residency. They can easily remember their home, their parents, is the same with the soul. The soul that has the attitude of being a guest here. That soul is naturally remembering their home. They may get big titles. They may be given a lot of honor and name and fame, but all they are doing is just to naturally remember the home of all souls. And in that position, they are able to help others, to serve others, to return to that self-respect that you were mentioning, that dignity of the self. When we don't know ourselves, it is a big deception. We are inflating a temporary false image of the self, the ego, but we don't truly know the real self, the real qualities. We can say we are not revealed to ourselves. We remain unaware of who we are. And life can go to waste if you don't know yourself. What are the ways and the means to know yourself as you truly are?
Silence. Silence is the beautiful platform that enables me to see myself in the mirror of truth. And when I see myself in silence, I recognize who I truly am. And not just that I recognize who I truly am, I am also aware of my true worth. Right now, all my powers, all my qualities within the soul are merged, are kind of incognito. But when in silence, I am true. I have been able and successful to quieten all the external influences and be detached in a way that I am just in my own company. No opinions, no judgments, no voices of other people, nothing. It's just me with myself. And there in the mirror of the mind, I see my true vision of who I am. Also, I get a sense of where do I belong to. You were mentioning about belonging to the home, but there comes the detachment because every day staying here along with other actors on this planet, it becomes very easy for me, or for anyone for that matter, to find belongingness externally. But when in silence, I understand that I, the soul, my true worth, my powers, it becomes very easy for me to know that I do not belong to this gross world. I belong to my original eternal home. I belong to the Supreme. So I don't need to seek love from any human. I don't need to seek belongingness from any other institution except the one above, the Supreme. And once I know who I am, I know where I belong to, it becomes easy for me to know what I am supposed to do. And then in that silence, I can experience my true powers. Like for science, it is very easy to make innovations in silence. In the same way, in silence, I can make spiritual innovation, get power, and that power can reveal my true self.
You remain incognito as an angel, but you reveal yourself to yourself. You live a life that is full of virtue and power, beauty and truth, peace and happiness, being loving to our soul and being loved by all. The angel remains incognito. The angel does not have the desire, my name should be written here, a book should be signed by me, a little statue should be created for my activities. However, the angel has the highest quality of life amongst all human souls. They have revealed themselves to themselves. They know who they are. And more than knowing, they experience at every moment a mind that is free from sorrow, free from anger, free from lust, from greed, from attachment. That is a flying stage. That is a true meaning of flying. Such an angel is able to help others, is able to challenge. It is a weapon of the angel to remove the stone from the mind of human beings. That stone that cannot be cracked, cannot be easily melted, that stubbornness, that we don't know, and we don't want to know. The angel has power and has intelligence, a very high intelligence, a beautiful way of challenging the world in a truthful way, with nobility, with purity, is not being influenced by anything, is not being attracted by anything. The purity of the angel is the greatest challenge. What is the most important message, the challenge that the angel can give now to the world?
I think to stay in the dignity, self-dignity, and the message is to be beyond from selfishness. Have the attitude of being altruistic, and only then I can truly help. Where three things I have to keep in mind. No excuses. Because if I am there to serve, if I am an angel, I am available all the time for everyone and for every service. So let me be free from any kind of excuses, any kind of laziness. The other thing is, it's said that angels are never, they don't wait to be told what to do. They just know what to do. So I have to maintain that dignity of self-awareness, that I pick up the vibrations and I know what's needed. And I think the third and very important, when I'm in action, when I'm with people around me, I don't wilt if things don't happen the way I would want them to happen. So it is actually a state of being completely above and beyond the recognition, beyond the need to be known, beyond the need to be consulted, maybe. There is no desire of that uh, recognition or acknowledgement, even. I have a stage which should be uh, supposedly very stable, even in deformation. And I can only be that when I don't get influenced by any praise. Because when you start helping with a true heart, with a kind heart, with the purity and the royalty that you were mentioning, appreciation and praise are definitely going to come along. So the challenge here is to be beyond. I remember as a child back in the country, there used to be a lot of elephants. And every time we saw an elephant on the street, we would get excited to give something, maybe something to eat, maybe some money. And we used to put those goodies in his trunk. But interestingly, the elephant never ate those goodies or never took anything that we gave. What the elephant did, he took his trunk and put it up above the head where his master was and gave everything to the master. And if the master indicated, only then the elephant accepted what the master gave. So I think the biggest challenge is to be detached from the praise that I get. And whatever praise that I get, am I ready to surrender it to the Master, to the Supreme? And if I do that, the Master is going to give me the reward. I don't need it from anybody else. And I guess that is the best way to be a guest. When you go to someone's house and you get something from somewhere, you first let them know. Similarly, the attitude of me being a guest on this planet, if I'm getting anything, I need to surrender it to the one master up above and be beyond.
Yes. The guest knows that the time is short. They are now heading back home. Whatever needs to be done, as you described it, there is only one time to do it, that is now. The time to go into expansion, to go into many other things is now behind. Now, that is also a challenge to do it now, to become that angel today, to start the process now, and to be aware that the guest has to return home. And all the signs now are that very soon the guests will leave the place that they were visiting and they will once again be in their journey back home to the Supreme Soul, the Supreme Parent, the Supreme Friend. So let us finish this dialogue with a few moments of understanding and putting into practice. Let us experience a flying angel and become stable in the Avyakt, in the angelic stage, in a moment. And become that helper of the world. Let's see that together for a few moments. That attitude of being a guest. Thank you all for listening. Thank you, Nidhi.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful week. We'll meet again. Bye-bye.